I want to focus on the intuition here. But what I want to do is talk about how small changes to investment portfolio distributions can have such a huge impact on portfolio sustainability. And so this first slide, and I'm showing here based on a case study for a 33-year retirement that got the market returns from 1962 through 1995. This is by no means the worst case scenario in history. It's an example, but the first big market downturn in this retirement doesn't happen for about 9 years. But we're looking at market returns from 62 to 95, large cap US stocks, 10-year US government treasuries, 60-40 asset allocation. We're looking at the distribution rate. If I had $1 million in 1962 and I take a different percentage of that in the first year of retirement, which gives me a spending level that I then increase with inflation in subsequent years, how long will the money last? And what we see here is for this 33-year retirement, if I took out 3.95% in year one, in 1962, I took $39,500 out of $1 million, then I increased that spending level with inflation in subsequent years, I would have depleted my portfolio precisely in 1995. Now, if I could have just spent 0.2% less, or I used a 3.75% withdrawal rate instead of 3.95%, I would not have depleted my portfolio in 1995. I actually would have preserved my principal. If I had $1 million in 1962, I'd still have $1 million in 1995 if I just used 20 basis points less as my withdrawal rate, 3.75 instead of 3.95. And so again, the intuition from this is, well, maybe if I was tapping a reverse mortgage to get those 0.2% of the spending, likewise, if I had used a 3.55% withdrawal rate for this retirement, I would have ended with $2 million instead of zero, or instead of $1 million. And conversely, if I use just a little bit higher of a withdrawal rate, I'd be running out of money quite a bit sooner, in about 1991 with a 4.51% withdrawal rate, and in about 1988 with a 4.35% withdrawal rate. So this is intuition about small changes to the spending rate from the portfolio have a huge impact on portfolio longevity. And the intuition of what we're getting into then is, if I can use the reverse mortgage to help reduce the distribution rate from my portfolio, it can have a huge impact on the sustainability of my portfolio.